Welcome. Thanks for swinging by. If by, just wanted to talk a little bit about the Phillies. Rhys Hoskins going down. Is it the end of the world? Well, yes, it very well could be, but even in a zombie apocalypse, we always figure out a way to get through. So, what to do? What do we do? Well, if you're John Middleton, you could always break out your checkbook, go out and throw money at it and fix it. Don't always help. You can ask the New York Mets. Um, Let me be clear, I do not condone rooting for injury. It sucks when people get hurt, and it certainly sucks when the best closer in baseball gets hurt. And I don't believe it's an exhibition game, but it wasn't a major league game, even though they looked like they were having 10 times more fun than anyone in Major League Baseball. It's funny, that's almost proof how Major League Baseball is killing themselves. I saw a meme um, today or yesterday, right after the championship game, where they were talking about Oshani and Mike Trout, saying how they led their teams, their countries, to the championship game. They each led their countries to the championship game. Imagine what they could do if they teamed up. I just and to me that perfectly sums up just how bad Rob Manfred is screwing the game up. I understand that he's trying to make it better. Our attention span now, especially with kids, they have 20-second. I mean, they lose focus in between pitches. So I do understand you have to do something to get them to focus in, but I would rather see them more concentrate on teaching them the game, teaching them the nuances of why that is special. Again, I don't like 4 hour games, so I'm okay with some of these rule changes, but the kids need to learn the nuances so that they know what they're watching. Because baseball it's absolutely the greatest sport ever. You couldn't ask anyone, professional athlete in any sport, they'll tell you hitting the baseball is the hardest thing to do in all the sports. You can ask people like Dion and Bo Jackson who tried to also hang on and play baseball. And they both tell you did it because it was so hard to master, and it frustrates people like that who are so used to mastering things. And like they said in the game, if you can do well 3 out of 10 times and be considered one of the all-time greats, that's a hard game. Okay, what are we going to do? We lost our first baseman. We have a hole at first base. What do we do? Again, you can go plug it up with money, or you could take Alex Bohm, put him over to first. Boom. What? That leaves a hole at third base. So what do we do at third base? Well, what about this kid who's coming up? What's his name? Josh Harrison. Not coming up. Excuse me. The kid the guy we just traded for. Yeah, but got him listed as a second baseman, but who knows if he can play. But even if he can't, we have Edmund Sosa, who we got, which now is seeming like a genius move because he can play third, he can play second. So that was a really good move. He can play third, really good move. Um, Also beyond that, we have Scott Kingery, Scotty Jetpacks, who and now admit I'm one of them. Brushed him off. Was excuse me. Looked very much looked forward to seeing him play. Thought he was going to develop into a superstar, and that never happened. So he's making a little bit of noise. Be nice to see him fight for a spot or to fight his way back onto the roster. And even now, the DH spot is wide open, so that might even leave another spot. So there's a couple opportunities for some people here to step up. So we'll get a chance to see if these signings are good. If they're with baseball, it's a long season. People are going to get hurt. You've seen that already quite a few times. So you got to have that depth. You got to have the people that are going to step into them different positions, and I think we do. We got a lot of good players on that bench. A lot of people that can and step up and hopefully get it done. Because I love Rhys Hoskins, but I think we've seen him in a Phillies uniform for the last time. He's going to demand a lot of money on the open market, which he deserves. God bless him. He deserves that. But we're not going to pay him that. We won't be able to afford it with our high price, and this is where thinking will come in. Again, hopefully we'll get that settled out. You don't know, Alec Bohm might end up being our first baseman of the future. Who knows? Not a whole lot of, great infielders coming up through the pike. Some pitchers. Crawford's coming up. He looked good, but he's an outfielder. So, but like I think we're going to be okay. Now this would be the part where I said is as long as our pitching does good, as long as our pitching does what they're supposed to do. Well, now they're going to have to do a little bit more than what they were supposed to do. It hurts. Ranger Suarez going down, that really hurts. Luckily, we went and got Tejan Walker from the Mets before the season began, which now looks like a brilliant, brilliant move. He can step into the number three starter spot. I personally have no problem with that. I grabbed him in the couple fantasy leagues I'm in. I made sure to grab him later on in the rounds as a third or fourth pitcher. I think word is starting to get around because in the last one I did, I'm not going to tell you how many I did, but the the last one I did, someone scooped them up right before me. I had Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, and I really wanted to get Tejan Walker. That would have been nice having the top three Phillies. I By one team I ended up getting 8 Phillies on there, so I was just trying to get Phillies. That was my goal. Go and get as many Phillies as you can. And by the time I got the Rhys Hoskins, people were already jumping up grabbing them. So I think that's going to hurt a lot of people in a lot of different leagues. You're not going to replace. You're not going to replace him. Not with what's left. The only first basemen out there that are better than him are the ones that are already on teams, and you're not going to get them. So if you have Rhys Hoskins, your team definitely is going to take a little bit of a hit. Again, we have our top three starting pitchers are lined up. I feel great about Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, Tejan Walker. I'm hearing Bailey Falter's name a lot. Don't know a whole lot about him. We'll see. We'll need him to step up in that forward position, and then the five. Like who the hell knows what's going on there? They have bullpen starts now, what they call it, and stuff like that. So I hope not. Let's go out get a. And again, I don't know. I don't know who's out there. If we can't get someone, we have McAble down in AAA. You know, maybe some pitchers that maybe are not ready to come up right this minute, but um, Andrew Painter would have been one of them. So we'll see. Maybe try to get them up. I think getting another starter is really, really crucial. Even for Boltman, we probably don't have a solid, a superstar closer, but I think we have enough people on there that the back end of the bullpen is not going to suffer. We can do it by committee. A lot of teams are getting away from that solid closer, and they're using according to the condition what kind of pitcher they're going to use, and I guess I kind of like that. It's like the Mets. You go out and you pay $100 million, whatever, to a guy that pitches 9 pitches, and then he's out for the season. That gotta suck. All right, so again, let's not panic yet. I mean, yes, it is a hell of a division we're in. And it's East Division is no joke with the Braves and the Mets. So we're gonna have to battle. We're gonna have to fight. No excuses. We have injuries. They have injuries. Um, let's do it. May the best team win, and I'm looking forward to a very, very exciting uh, 2023 baseball season. I will see you all later, and thank you for stopping by.